Let peace reign. On the news this evening, workers in Rivers State partially comply with NLC warning strike. Victim of alleged police extortion demands speedy justice. Rivers State Commissioner for Works reacts to disconnection of AIT transmitter. Stakeholder appeals for calm ahead of tomorrow's Presidential Election Tribunal judgment as police warn against violence. Edo State Deputy Governor withdraws suit filed against Governor Godwin Obaseki. And on the foreign scene, Cuba uncovers human trafficking ring aimed at recruiting Cubans to fight for Russia. I am Carl Orakwe with the news. Civil servants in Rivers State did not fully comply with the warning strike started today by the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC). Our correspondent who visited the state secretariat reports that workers carried on with their daily activities. Some civil servants spoke to our correspondent.
But the problem there is that we don't understand what Labour is doing now. It seems they are not serious. So for me, I'm on duty. I came to work. We came to work like people are there. Don't you see cars all around? Which means people came to work. When I came, the gate is open. People are inside. So also driving and
people are on strike. So what do you want me to say? The strike is on.
The letter is saying now warning. And people are coming to work. We know the strike. No, not like workers did. If they demand better thing come out, I'm okay. We know the strike. Yeah, we do.
What I can say is that if it will be for the good of the workers, if it will be for the good of the workers, then I will like it. I will appreciate the strike. What I'm hearing is that the place is busy. People come to work, actually, as you have seen. But many people too did not come.
Another worker said they would
people are working to end because people are auctioning today. You know, we see an agreement. Everybody will understand that yes, something is happening.
However, no worker was seen at the Federal Secretariat in Rivers State. A chairman of the Nigeria Union of Civil Servants in the state, Chuks Osuma, spoke to correspondent Soibi Uruwari on this.
We are fighting for the interests of the worker. If a worker is comfortable that fuel has been increased, salary is not increased, no palliative, and if they go to work, then we as labor leaders do not have anything to do because we are fighting for people. The people should also respond. What we are doing now in Rivers State, people cannot support us, then they want us to go and die. No, we have given instructions, so workers should obey the instruction. Yes, no protest, it's a strike, indefinite strike. Stay in the house, don't go to work. That is the instruction.
There was, however, full obedience to the warning strike by workers of the Rivers State Judiciary Complex, where the workers ensured that the two gates remained closed. Chairman of JUSUN, Anthony Wachuku, spoke on the high level of obedience to the warning strike.
What is happening here today at the court is that JUSUN, an affiliate union to NLC, is obeying the directive of the NEC decision as at 31st August 2023, directing all of us to withdraw services for 2 days as a warning strike to the federal government of Nigeria. Total compliance. This is our headquarters of High Court, the ever-busy headquarters of High Court, deserted. You can see for yourself. Total compliance. We are not allowed, which means they comply to the instruction from national directive.
At the Port Harcourt City local government area, some workers who were stranded at the gate of the council secretariat expressed their disappointment.
Seriously, the strike is affecting me because this is where I gain my income. I pay transport from where I was staying. Reaching here, they say let us not enter inside because of strike or the thing. So I'm going to pay my transport back to my residence. So I'm not happy at all because of the strike.
It's embarrassing. After paying and coming to do something, cannot meet the people. So I think it's embarrassing.
I just came and I said
Our correspondent also visited some commercial banks where a total compliance to the strike was observed. Only ATMs were observed dispensing cash to customers. Meanwhile, two POS operators also spoke on a possible increase in charges as a result of the strike.
Since the bank don't go strike, we only add if the money had us to get for bank. Only when we add money for pay, but the normal price now say 100 naira for 5,000, 50 naira for 1,000.
Me, I don't know say strike there, just they come out. So, but we are still doing normal charge for now.
Meanwhile, the Vice Chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Azubike Nkasiobi, after monitoring the compliance level of the warning strike, spoke on their next line of action.
After this warning strike, yes, we'll give room. Labour is ready for negotiation. Labour is ready for social dialogue with government. But where they fail after this warning strike, the National Secretariat will give further directive to ensure that government give attention to our plight. Clarity forever. I want to urge you guys, the action committee, to ensure that even tomorrow the compliance remains. Yes, sir. We can only achieve our desired goal and our desired result if we are together.
Nkasiobi, while addressing members of the Action Committee of NLC after the picket for disobeying the strike orders, advised them to ensure they conduct themselves professionally.
And after the action, we'll go for picketing. That is the rule, and that is how we operate. But for the fact we are talking with you, and you're giving us your listening ears, we want to advise that you stop. And also strictly adhere this. From Thursday, we start your operation. Pending when we will have a total indefinite strike action, we are patrolling all over. If you continue, or by tomorrow you commence again, we will come. Some of your branches have been noted for picketing.
The NLC declared a 2-day warning strike over increasing hardship and suffering across the country caused by the removal of fuel subsidy. In other news, a victim of alleged police extortion, Promise Patrick, is calling on the police authority to ensure that justice is served speedily. Mr. Patrick said this as he expressed his concerns while responding to the recent parade of 4 police officers accused of extorting him and 2 others on July 31 in Omoke, Mandoni local government area of Rivers State. He told correspondent Emeko Tuka that the officers took them on a journey through various locations in Bayelsa State before eventually transporting them to Delta State, where the money was withdrawn. He said he was forced to part with 4.5 million naira, while one of the other victims parted with 2 million naira.
On the 1st of July, the normal care at the road junction, while I was driving, they adopted us, took us to numerous places from Bayelsa State to Delta State. We slept on the way in Gili, daybreak to the other day, so they took the first money from the other victim, which was 2 million, then they took from me too, total of 4.5 million, and left us the other day. So that was how everything happened actually.
I recall that the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, CP Nwonyemeka, yesterday paraded 4 police officers for their alleged involvement in the extortion. The Commissioner for Works in Rivers State, George Kelly, says the management of dark communication, operators of AIT and Raypower are ungrateful for blackmailing the Rivers State government. Kelly told our correspondent that the building housing the property of Dark Communications in Port Harcourt was given to broadcast company for free by the state.
That property belongs to Rivers State government. Rivers State government gave it that place to them pro bono. Now something we gave to them pro bono. Today they are blackmailing Rivers State government. That is the height of ingratitude. They don't have any documentation on that land. There's no CFO. They have never paid Rivers State government ground rent on that land for over 20 years. Take note, they have never paid 1 naira on that property before. Even the fence they inherited, not even fence. Even the mast was owned by Radio Nigeria and handed over to Rivers State government, which we ceded to them. It's not their mast.
The Rivers State Commissioner for Works also dismissed insinuation that the demolition was influenced by the former governor, Nyesom Wike.
It's an old issue. When we told them, look, the mast, where the mast is sitting now, is not in the area allocated to you. We know that the mast is ours, not even theirs. We say, can you relocate the mast? You write them a letter, they will not respond. You invite them for a meeting, they will not respond. You write them a letter, sometimes they will refuse to pick it. You paste it on their gate. And the management, and today we are saying, okay, take 20% of it. Let's give 80% of it to reversible. You are complaining. How will a responsible organization like that fail to take over over 20 years? That's taking us for a ride.
Yesterday, the transmitter mast of the 2 broadcast stations was brought down after it was disconnected on Sunday by officials of the Rivers State government on Sunday. The leader of Rivers State Peace Initiative, Chidi Woda, says he's optimistic that the Rivers State Governor, Similaye Fubara, will replicate the support he gave to the fire service of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria to the State Fire Service. Recall that yesterday, Governor Fubara donated 1 firefighting truck to FAN in Port Harcourt. Speaking with our correspondent on this, Mr. Woda said the fire service truck, which is meant for use at the Port Harcourt International Airport, will also be directly beneficial to Rivers people.
What he has done today by delivering that truck, firefighting truck to the farm, means says that he is almost happy with what is happening in the state, especially the partnering system between the fan operating here in the state and the state government. If anything is happening, it is not only going to affect those in the federal that live in River State, it will also affect them and affect those in the state. So if such a thing is donated to them, means the governor, in other hands, is saying they should help, and also fighting fire wherever it may come out.
On the call for the removal of the state PDP chairman Desmond Akowo as chairman of the State Palliative Sharing Committee due to his political affiliation, Chidiwoda called on those demanding Akowo's removal to instead work in synergy with the committee to ensure the palliatives get to the poor. Ahead of tomorrow's tribunal judgment regarding the 2023 presidential election, lawyer Richard Wokocha is advocating for peace nationwide. Professor Wokocha, a lecturer at the Department of Public Law, Rivers State University, highlighted the importance of parties and their supporters adhering to the law. He encouraged dissatisfied parties to seek solution through the Supreme Court if they disagree with the outcome.
All parties are expected to be law-abiding. This is court of first instance. Any party who is displeased with the outcome has the Supreme Court to appeal. It's absolutely ready to behave in a manner unto law. There's room for appeal for anybody who thinks that the tribunal is not right in this evaluation of the law. So there is absolutely no reason for anybody to even say anything on Savory because if they are not satisfied, there is a competent court that you can take a complaint to.
Some residents of Port Harcourt also spoke about tomorrow's judgment.
They will judge the people's mind. They will do things right as people are expected. Because they say the judiciary is the common hope for the last man.
I'm not expecting anything better from them. If there should be anything better, any changes, it should be maybe the grace of God.
So for a judgment tomorrow, I think I dey expect anything. I not carry anybody for mine. Because I believe, say, even all the agitation where everybody they shout, it no change anything.
If things done the other way around, no man to take law into his hand. And they will still channel it to the judiciary because cannot take law into your hands. So we still believe that whoever judgments come, at the end of the day, the right thing should be done because we are Nigerians.
Whatever they like, that is what they do. All we know is that let the will of God be done in this country.
The Rivers State Governor, Similaye Fubara, has called on those who may be disappointed by tomorrow's judgment to exercise their right of appeal at the Supreme Court. In a statement, Governor Fubara said as citizens who are bound by the rule of law, there is no room for violence and threat to public safety, peace and security. Governor Fubara said he recognizes the protest rights of citizens, but added that he will not tolerate any illegal and unnecessary protest actions that negate the rule of law and undermine the collective rights to peace and security. The governor advised presidential candidates and their political parties to call their supporters and activists to order and ensure that they avoid actions that are capable of disrupting public safety, peace and security in Rivers State. He also added that security agencies have been placed on the highest level of alert and have been directed to take all necessary measures to forestall any security breaches in Rivers State before, during and after the judgment. Still to come, Edo State Deputy Governor withdraws suit filed against Governor Godwin Obaseki. Do stay tuned. The National Executive Committee of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, says it has expelled the party's presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso following his alleged refusal to appear before the party's disciplinary committee. Recall that Kwankwaso had earlier been suspended by the party's leadership at the National Convention on August 29 in Lagos, but another factional and void. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, has withdrawn the suit he filed at the Federal High Court to stop alleged plots by the State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, to remove him from office. The Deputy Governor stated that the decision to withdraw the suit came after a series of meetings involving himself, Governor Obaseki, and well-meaning citizens of Edo and Nigerians, including party leaders. In other news, DSTV Prestige has promised a one-year non-stop premium entertainment, VVIP customer service, a limited edition gold decoder, and exclusive lifestyle benefits for customers. A statement from DSTV also said particular subscribers will enjoy exclusive discounts from Swatch, Nike, Eco Hotel, Polo Luxury, MedPlus, Tommy Hilfiger, Adidas, and others. It said it is turning its focus to the world of luxury where exclusivity reigns and customers seek more than just products to create unique and exclusive experiences. A statement also said that the DSTV Prestige is a true embodiment of exclusivity and special treatment. It urged those interested to visit dstv.com/prestige to sign up. In business news, the federal government has started the training of personnel in NDAs ahead of preparation for the 2024 budget. In entertainment, in a rare move, Sean Diddy Combs has returned some music rights to artists and songwriters who were signed to his label instead of cashing in on them. For sports, President Nigeria Referees Association Sani Zubair has disclosed plans to deploy video assistant referees in the Nigeria Professional Football League from the 2023-24 season.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
The Cuban Foreign Ministry says it has uncovered a human trafficking ring aimed at recruiting Cubans to fight for Russia in its war in Ukraine. It said that Cubans living in Russia and even some in Cuba had been incorporated into the military forces taking part in the war in Ukraine. Cuba is a close ally of Russia, but it stressed in its statement it does not form part of the conflict in Ukraine. There has not yet been a response from Russia. And that does it here on the news this evening. But before we go, here's a quick look at the major stories. Earlier on, you heard workers in Rivers State today partially complied with the warning strike called by the NLC. A victim of an alleged police extortion is demanding speedy justice in the matter. The Rivers State Commissioner for Works, George Kelly, has reacted to the disconnection of AIT's transmitter. We told you stakeholders have appealed for calm ahead of tomorrow's Presidential Election Tribunal judgment. You heard the Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Schreiber has withdrawn his suit filed against Governor Godwin Obaseki. And from the foreign scene, we brought you the story that Cuba has uncovered human trafficking ring aimed at recruiting Cubans to fight for Russia. The news was edited by Onyechi Musu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Light showers expected in Port Harcourt this evening. For me, Kalarakwe, I say good evening, and do remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign.